All right, I'm joined by number one contender, Mason Fowler. He's going to go on. By the way, a happy Father's Day, you said to your dad?
Yeah,
That was
happy
very
Father's
sweet
Day,
of you.
Dad. Yeah.
Do you think he heard when you said you were going to the strip club later? I mean, does that like negate the happy Father's Day? Or?
I know my dad, and all I know is he's probably jealous I'm going without him.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Now, I do have to say, number one contender, he and Craig Jones are going to battle for the first ever Submission Underground Championship. That's going to be on July 12th. But let's talk about tonight. You took out 3 guys in one night, by the way, to earn this spot. This is a rematch, though, with Craig. You guys have competed before. Craig has been very open to back your version of the story, which is when you guys grappled, there was points on the line. 2 points were not awarded to you, and Craig agrees. He says that you were shorted and that you should have won that match. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, I haven't made too much of a fuss about it because I hate to be that guy that's like, oh, I didn't get my points. I should have won. So I just kind of kept quiet, but it was nice of Craig to come out and actually say that for me. I didn't even really have to come out and say anything.
Okay, so when you were battling, particularly in the finals with Jimenez, I mean, Jimenez is all over the place, but you seem to not be frustrated by that. You seem to hold your position. You were pushing, you were pulling. It looked like you were wearing him down. Should it go to overtime? Am I right that that was your strategy, take a little energy out of him?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to wear him down, and I didn't want to make any mistakes. Roberto, if you make one mistake, he's going to capitalize on it. He's really, really good. He's actually beaten me 2 times before, and this is the first time I've got the win over him. So I knew that I had to be smart and 0 mistakes if I wanted to win.
Okay, so let's talk about that final sequence. He stood up, which I think might have been a mistake by him, but
Yeah.
he stood up to his feet. And the reason I say that's a mistake, under the overtime rules, if he can escape while stopping the choke, it stops the position. When he stood up, it seemed like there was no way to escape. He took that element away. So can you just show us with your partner what you did? You're on his back, he stands to his feet. How did you sink that choke in?
Yeah, so I had a little bit of a body triangle here, but I didn't have my left leg hooking behind the leg. I prefer it to be here, but actually my foot was on the inside, so it wasn't really a true body triangle. And I had the seatbelt here, and he actually turned this way, went to his knees, and stood up. And as he did this, it created the space for me to hook my leg behind. And also with my hands, I put them both underneath. Because if you stick with the seatbelt and try to choke him, put your hands on the mat real quick, Ed. And if you try to choke him from here, sometimes you could fall off. So I went underneath here just to keep the pressure, to keep me up. And then he actually stood fully up. And then as he did that, he exposed his neck, and it was easy for me to lock it in. And then once you get fully locked in on the bicep and behind the head, with your head hiding your hand, and you're squeezing here and you have a full body triangle locked in, I think it's almost impossible to escape this position. So once we got here and I was under the neck, I was pretty sure I was gonna get the win.
Now, when you felt him tap, knowing that you'd already escaped, you know it's over.
It's
3
over.
men are done. The check, the opportunity. Were you relieved?
Oh my God.
Was it a good feeling?
It's definitely relief, and you're one of the guys that talks about that, the anxiety before. It's not the same. I have fought MMA too. The anxiety's way worse, but we do have some anxiety here when we're competing, the lights, the cameras, and man, that word is a perfect way to describe it, the relief.
And
it's over.
When you talk about lights and camera, it's usually lights, camera, crowd. Lights, camera, no crowd.
Yeah.
Was that weird? I mean, we can hear your breathing. By example, when you go rewatch this on Fight Pass, we can actually hear the breathing because there's no cross sound.
Yeah, I felt maybe a little less distracted by the crowd. The crowd will give you energy, but also if it gives you too much anxiety, it can drain your energy. So man, I felt really comfortable out here. It could have been because there wasn't a crowd, I'm not sure.
All right, Ed, main event is coming up July 12th. Got your boy taking on Craig.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I think he's gonna get the tap.
Gonna tap him?
Yeah.
Regulation?
I think he's gonna go to the overtime and get the tap.
Excellent.
So what's your approach? You grappled before. What's different now?
It's going to be completely different because under the ADCC rule set, there is points. So my goal before was to obviously try to catch a submission in the first 5 minutes. After that, if I couldn't submit him, I wanted to make sure to get a sweeper takedown within the 10 minutes so I didn't have to go to overtime. As we kind of talked about, some points may or may not have been given. But this is completely different. 5 minutes sub only, so it's like the first half of the ADCC. If history repeats itself, we both won't tap each other inside the 5. But now the overtime changes the whole game. We start on each other's back or on the arm, and I really believe anything could happen, and I think I have a good chance to beat him.
Fowler versus Jones, July 12th, Submission Underground Championship on the line only on UFC Fight Pass.